Hi, my name is Lola. I am a 28-year-old female and I have schizophrenia. You might have heard it before, maybe from your psychology class, your friend, or even online. I was diagnosed with schizophrenia at 22 years old. When I was 17, I began having paranoid thoughts and anxiety and even some depression, but I wasn't sure what was going on until I started having hallucinations of zombies and clowns all around me and voices in my head telling me to do things. They seemed so real to me, and I was convinced they were until I went to my doctor. My doctor told me none of the things I am seeing or hearing are real. It took me a while, but now I understand, and that is when I was officially diagnosed. After I graduated high school, I wanted to go to a big college, but I was afraid they wouldn't accept me because of my diagnosis. So I lived with my parents until I was about 21. While living with them, the hallucinations got so bad I couldn't sleep at night. I had a very hard time focusing, and I just had no energy to do anything because I couldn't get it to go away. And then the voices started, and I knew I had to do something. My mom took me to the doctors finally, and I was prescribed some medications. I have been on several medications to figure out what works best for me. The medications I am currently on do not take the voices and hallucinations away completely, but it does make them a little quieter. Currently, I live by myself with my cat in an apartment. I work at the local pet shop. I tried to work at the local hospital, but they won't hire me because of my diagnosis, along with a handful of other jobs. It is just really frustrating to me because I feel like everyone judges me because of my condition. I just wish there was a way to get rid of it, but my family supports me through it all. They have taught me it is okay to be different, and they teach me good ways to cope when I am feeling anxious or frustrated or even depressed. When I wake up, the voices are the first thing I hear as soon as I open my eyes. Even though I know they aren't real, they are still very frustrating and even scary to me. They tell me things like I am stupid, I am a loser, and that I am just taking up space in this world. But I try to pull myself back into reality and watch the news or my favorite TV show and try to drown them out. Then I will eat a healthy breakfast, take my daily medication, and start to get ready for work. When I get to work, I try to give it my all and do my best. Sometimes that doesn't work and I get overstimulated, but I do what I can. No one really talks to me at work. They think I'm crazy and weird. Many days are very challenging for me due to the voices telling me that I am doing a horrible job and that I suck and should just go home. But I try really hard not to listen, and it's very difficult for me to have a good day when the thoughts just take over and tell me all these negative things. I try to use my coping mechanisms and do things like deep breathing or take a break and write in my journal, and sometimes they work, but sometimes they don't, and that's when I call my mom, and she can usually help me relax and get through the rest of my day. When I get home for the day, I try to think to myself all the good things that happened during the day, or the bad things, and what I can do differently tomorrow, and I will write that in my journal. I also like to read books and watch my favorite TV show and spend time with my cat. I also like to spend time with my parents because they always tell me good things and help me find new ways to cope with all the negativity and voices I hear. I hope this video brings awareness for my disorder and people start to understand that we are all human and sometimes we can't prevent things like this from happening. But as long as we get the care we need, we can manage our symptoms and live happy, healthy lives.